Hello, welcome to Dating at 50.
I don't get it when men say you're going to grow old alone with cats.
Women initiate 70 to 80% of all divorces.
What finally happened was I kind of went on a hiatus. I was like, I'm just not going to date.
The struggle is real, especially for me.
Dating after divorce can be really, really difficult.
To kind of just out of nowhere decide that he wanted to end it. Right now, he didn't want a relationship.
Let's chat about dating after divorce.
Okay, this is my outfit for my day.
Stop fucking ghosting. This ghosting culture has got...
What is the point of marriage if it's not to be committed?
When I'm on a dating app and they ask me what I do for a living, I just tell them I'm a probation officer. Then they delete me, but get to find out who the bad and the good ones are. Follow me for more dating tips.
So I know everybody's heard all these crazy dating stories, and I haven't been on a date since I was with the last guy. And I'm like seriously considering never dating again. I see all these horror stories. It's the guys that, you know, like me are not the kind of guys I like. Just so much to it. And especially being in my 50s and not being skinny, it just is such a challenge that I don't even know if I want to bother anymore. You know, I just don't know if I should just grow old by myself. I'm already old, but you know, older. Sorry about my hair. But I don't know. I mean, what is your opinion on this dating situation? I don't find anybody that's really been happy or successful with it. Any ideas, guys? I'd love to hear your feedback on the whole dating 2020.
The dating world is upside down right now. It's even harder when you're older. But imagine still being picky about guys when you're at 50. Not saying you gotta choose just anybody. But these women will swipe over 200 guys and still say they can't find a guy they like. Ridiculous.
As someone who's been in a relationship for about the past 25 years, married for almost the past 24, and newly is separated or been separated for a year, filed for divorce, and has been dating or dating a person for a decent amount of time. And then to have said person that seemed like a great guy that you really connected with, that like you just enjoyed each other's company and it was easy, to kind of just out of nowhere decide that he wanted to end it, that right now he didn't want a relationship. And he has some stuff going on personally that, and I get he can't dedicate the time that he needs, and I was causing extra stress when I said I wouldn't. But it's like being in high school and breaking up with that boyfriend that you really liked. It's rough.
Why is she so hurt that the guy ended the relationship? That guy was already dealing with some issues of his own, and she was just adding on to it when she promised she wouldn't. Honestly, jumping into a relationship after divorce is the worst thing you can do, because you're not in the right state of mind. She was just listening to her emotions. It's really important to take your time before moving on.
Hey, peace. What's up? All right. I divorced my husband. Why did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's fucking sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. Fucking this one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband done found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to
It takes a level of maturity to admit this, so I respect it. A lot of women lose a good man over stupid things like this. Women typically want their man to earn more money than them for whatever reason. And if they don't, it becomes a problem in the relationship. Even if you were treating that woman right for 5 years of your life, if you are not making more than her, those 5 years just goes out the window. That's just shallow.
So when my husband found out that I had been cheating, I really honestly felt like he wouldn't care. He didn't care about trying to save our marriage previously beforehand. And so I honestly thought that we would just split and there'd be no hard feelings and we'd co-parent with our daughter and everything would be good. And that's not quite the way it worked out.
Thank you for coming into my life. But most importantly, thank you for leaving it. You taught me that I can let my walls down, that I don't have to be guarded, but just not to someone like you. You were a lesson.
Women initiate 70 to 80% of all divorces, and here's my theory on why. It comes down to tolerable level of permanent unhappiness, and men have a higher threshold for it. And this is based on really what I see in my comments on a daily basis. I see a lot of men who are divorced, who are angry divorced men, who have really negative things to say about their marriage and their ex-wives. And I always say to myself, well, if she was so awful for so many years, why did you stay?
The reason why those men stayed is because they've invested so many years into that family. It's not going to be easy for him to walk away. In some cases, even if the man is unhappy, he will stay in that relationship. One of the main reasons why those men don't leave is because they have kids. It's way easier for the woman to just walk away and destroy her family instead of working it out with her husband. Marriage is a commitment. You don't just bail out whenever you feel unhappy. You're not always going to be happy in the relationship. That's why communication is really important.
You'd be cool with a guy that makes less money, but he's a hard worker, like he's ambitious.
Yeah.
Let's say he just started his own business, but he makes $45,000 a year. Would you date him?
You wouldn't be able to afford my engagement ring. I'm getting an 8-carat cushion cut vintage engagement ring. If you make $45,000 a year, it would take you 4 years? No. 8 years to afford my engagement ring?
I don't know anything about rings. How much is that?
About $200,000.
Girl, you want a $200,000? Are you insane?
My ring has to sparkle from across the street. Like, you have to see that shit. It's gonna blind people.
But that's so superficial. That's like so superficial.
But it's about so much more than that. It's about the fact that you can afford that, right? I go to yoga with this girl who has an 8-carat diamond engagement ring.
Yeah.
A weed company and drives an Audi. So it's about more than just, it's about the fact that you can afford that.
Okay, well, I'm just thinking like, you're gonna miss out on a lot of guys because I'm telling no, but not in a good way. Not in a good way. I'm telling you, like, if my mom asked for that from my dad would have told her to go find a new boyfriend because there's no way in hell he was gonna spend $200,000 on an engagement ring.
For a 1.5, she's very demanding. Even if I end up in a position where I could afford a $200,000 engagement ring, I would never in my life buy it. That is such a waste of money. My husband told me it's him I'm getting and that's all. And I took him. Most amazing person ever. Most hardworking ever, won't change him for the world. Crazy, I got my wife a string for a ring, and we've been married and happily in love for 14 years. Will she be willing to spend that type of money on the same man she's requiring that level of standards from? These are the women that you want to stay away from. This woman wants a $200,000 ring, and for what? She's basically saying, I want the wedding but not the marriage. All of these women who says things like this are the first ones to file for divorce. With those delusional requirements, she's bound to be alone.
We want to be in a relationship. We do. Do we want to date people? We do not. So how do we go about fixing that? We cry. No, we don't cry. We put ourselves out there. And then what? Then we cry. No.
So I know I look like a little bit crazy. I only got 3.5 hours of sleep because I have insomnia even after I took melatonin. But it's just crazy how like you can be sitting and you can be fine, and then like all of a sudden out of nowhere, like you remember again that you can't reach out to that person, or like, and it hurts because you're worried about them. And I know that he doesn't deserve me to feel the way I do, but that's the type of person that I am, that I just see the best in people, and people that I care about, I never want anything bad to happen to them. And maybe I'll move past that and I'll be angry, but for right now, it's just really hard to not reach out or I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's just hard. And like, I know it's going to get better, but I'm still struggling.
If you can't tell, this is the same woman who was married for 25 years and divorced her husband to chase chads. Now she's having a mental breakdown. This honestly should be served as a wake-up call for these modern women today.
Dude, this guy's tiny. He must be a dwarf. Sorry, I'm not interested in being friends with midgets. Midgets piss me off.
The comments under this video have been distasteful, disgusting, and outright disrespectful.
This is the dangers of TikTok and absolute thinking and talking. And I am guilty of it too, just FYI. We only have 1 to 3 minutes to explain certain things, and that right there is not truth. Women do cheat for more emotional reasons typically, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're out of love. It means they're in a really troubled spot in their relationship and within themselves and are looking for an escape.
If your woman spreads her legs to another guy, you need to get rid of her immediately. That is no longer your woman. Let her keep that man she was cheating on you with. You will be better off going your own way.
4 reasons that girls don't like nice guys. Number 1, they're not actually ready for something serious. They think they are, but when a guy shows interest and is consistent and wants to see them, they run the other way, so they're probably just not ready. Number 2, it feels inauthentic sometimes to us women when we see a guy being so nice right off the bat. Like, why do you like me so much? I'm too skeptical, and maybe that's from being burnt in the past, but number 3, it could be a confidence thing. Like, we don't like ourselves at the moment, so why did they like us? What do they see in us? Because I'm not seeing anything in me right now. Number 4, we love a project, so when they're already nice, there's nothing for us to do. We can't change this person. And that is some real truth.
No, they don't like nice guys because they're used to the guys who break their hearts. They're not used to that proper treatment from a good guy. These women are addicted to toxicity, so it's impossible for them to see when they have a good guy in their life. And to be honest, the nice good guy is better off not messing with these types of women. They will most likely mistreat them.
Okay, this is my outfit for my day. So I got this cute purse, and these heels, these boots, and this cute little outfit, and these earrings and all this stuff. And hopefully I won't throw up on him because I'm nervous.
Okay, follow up on my date from last night. I looked on Hinge and he unmatched me already. So needless to say, I don't think there's going to be a second date. I basically had to ask him for his number. I honestly thought that we were like vibing. There were a couple like pink flags for me, like he didn't pay the check. He also didn't eat. I ate. He didn't really ask me too much about myself, but he did give me compliments about me and my looks or whatever. He didn't ask out to hang out again, so like that's probably a sign. But we literally talked for 3 hours and I felt like it was actually not going too bad. And he unmatched me. So I just hate like the not knowing. Like, what was it? I just want you to tell me what it was.
Hello, welcome to Dating at 50. So I've opened myself back up to the dating pool, and it is totally difficult, to say the least. Some people that come on across my FYP page are always talking about love. And one of them is always very needy to be in a relationship. I, on the other hand, I don't really feel that need to have to be in a relationship. I am so comfortable solo, and basically it also comes down to a level of trust. And I think I've been burned so many fucking times that I have to take things super fucking slow. So my advice in the dating at 50, or dating at any age, take it slow. Do not jump in and give everything you have to someone immediately.
Take it slow, you say? It's already slow, lady. They should be picking up the pace at this point if they want to date. A woman in her 50s will not be a man's first choice in the dating world. That's just how it goes. This is happening because those women didn't have their priorities straight. Now, it's just them competing with younger women for the spotlight.